Hi everybody and welcome back, although based on the last few videos I'm not sure when you're going to be seeing this. As of right now I have no updates to open this video with, so we're just going to get right into what I'm working on right now. I am finally, after about 2 months, trying to get back into what I was doing with the display. I'm going to try to get back into these open spaces that I already have going, but first I have one swap out that I think many of you will be excited about. I'm going to take the Renaissance down because it has been up for a while in a couple different locations. And if I come down here, last night I was preparing this Dayton with a shorter down rod to go up in that spot. Multiple people have been requesting for an industrial to go back up on display. I personally am also ready for one to go back up, but I wanted to do something different that hasn't been up already. I have also always liked this specific location for an industrial as well because it is kind of a more centralized location in case I do really want to crank up the airflow down on this end. It has served me well for that in the past. So let's go ahead and get this one swapped out. Alright, so this one is done. I do still have to balance it. It's a little bit wobbly on high speed, but for now it is up. I just got done putting in the control off camera. I decided on using this same Cooper control that I have used with the CEC before. They're only 3-speed and it's not necessarily the best range of speeds, but they seem to produce pretty good low speeds for industrials. So I figured I would give that a try first, and I am happy enough with this low speed that I don't think I'm going to swap it out. It was really fun to pull this fan out again. I haven't had it out for quite some time. Alright, so now I'm going to move over into this spot. I am craving some Key Largo, so I'm going to pull out my polished brass Chaparral for this location. I haven't had Key Largo represented for a little while, so I think it's time for one to go back up. Okay, so this one is up and running, and I did do a light kit, not necessarily because I need one in this location, but mainly because I just wanted to put one on. I have many memories from my childhood of various traditional polished brass fans that had 4 light kits with tulip shades. I was feeling like this was kind of a good place to recreate that vibe with a fan that's a little less typical. There's just something about this combination that takes you back to a different time. It is rather basic, but it's really that quintessential fancy restaurant look. I do just want to show you that off camera I swapped these bulbs out to something that would give me a few less lumens. I've definitely been trying to use LED as much as possible for less heat output, but I really just don't have very much selection of them on hand, and most of them are pretty high lumen. So once I got the Key Largo up and kind of saw this one in comparison with the other lower output light kits that I've been using lately, I decided this one was just way too bright. I really would like to stock up on some various LEDs that I can use throughout my space. I just really haven't had the time or funding in the past to do that. There always just seem to be other priorities. So I was really trying to get to this last location tonight. If I wasn't recording, I probably would have had time to get this done. Hi, sorry for the abrupt cutoff. I know it was abrupt because I was editing those clips last night. Once again, I forgot to flip the microphone around for my little sign off, so I'm just gonna save you the bad audio. It has been a few weeks again since I last recorded anything. I'm really trying, you guys, but I just have not had time. I am here tonight to fill in this last location on the display that I didn't get around to the other night, but first I do have 2 other display updates to show you. So first of all, I got the Qute up in this location. Remote control is mounted here on the wall. Not much more to say about that. I am just really happy to finally have it here. And I do very much like having a bit of a different finish combo in the mix down here. Most of the new section has been kind of dominated by black and silver tones. And then moving on from there, the Eliza has been replaced with my Kichler Toto. You and I both have been wanting more industrials up, which is why I put the Dayton up on the other end, but I was also wanting to do something a little bit more, and since this is the new end, I decided to do a new industrial. I have it on this Emerson control for a better range of speeds. Obviously there's no light kit with it, I don't even have that part hooked up. I just don't really have any spares of the fan only controls, and I have a bunch of these combo controls as extras, so this does nothing and I'm just using it as a fan control. With National Ceiling Fan Day and my display video coming, I have been trying to make some meaningful changes across the entire display. This year, probably more than ever before, there is going to be stuff that's been up for 1 or 2 years. I just don't have enough time this year to swap out everything, and especially within the news section, I don't have enough new products to swap out every single one. But this year, once again, is going to be bigger than ever before with the few additions that I've made around the perimeter, and I have been trying to work in some of the suggestions that you guys have made, so hopefully that's enough to keep you guys entertained for this year. I am still trying to get in to make some changes to this section of smaller fans. I may try to get some of that in for this video, or I may end up just doing it off camera. Time is ticking down to National Ceiling Fan Day, and I have limited time off between now and then. Filming display swap outs theoretically shouldn't take that much longer, but somehow it does. Right now we're going to get back to the topic at hand with this location. I've had this spotlight kit sitting here to remind me of what fan I want to do here. Sometimes I decide what I'm going to do and then I forget what I was going to do, but this might provide you with a little bit of a hint of what I'm going to put up. Whether you guessed or not, I'm going to do this polished brass Fasco American Spirit, and I'm going to go back out because it's loud back here. Like the Key Largo, I really don't need to do a light kit in this location. The track lighting really bounces off the wall and covers this well. It doesn't feel too dark or anything like that. And really, I don't feel like I'm much of a light kit person. I like model-specific ones and other oddities and unique ones here and there, but otherwise I feel like I just don't have a lot of creativity with them. However, the one thing that I do like about them for display purposes is that it adds a nice visual variance to the entire display, and even at this point with all of the various lighting that I've implemented, they do provide nice accent lighting throughout the space. I personally don't find spotlight kits to be super functional, so I feel like that's a good choice in this location where I really don't need the light for output. I've always liked how this American Spirit looks with a spotlight kit installed, and I've never really used a spotlight kit anywhere on the display yet, so now feels like a good time to use one. So I am going to go pull down this motor, probably do a little bit of pre-assembly, and I will be back shortly. Just a partial check-in here. I'm not recording this one because it is a bit of a weird process. I wanted to put the blades on before I put the light kit on, but that requires taking the switch housing off. So it's just too much back and forth, up and down to get any worthwhile footage out of it. I will be right back once I get the light on. So here is the final product. I do like that the spotlight kit gives it a sort of different vibe than anything else on the display. These light bulbs are ridiculously hot, but I'm going to have to deal for the time being. Finally, multiple months later, the display is complete again. Now, like I said, I am trying to get around to a couple more swap outs, but I'm not sure when or if you're going to see those. While I've got you here, I do just want to show you one other little electrical related thing I've been working on. Like I did above the workbench on this side, I am adding a plug mold over here, just for some general convenience outlets over on this side. It's a little bit of a challenge because, like I faced with the cabinets, this wall is very uneven. There are parts that stick out a bunch. The plumbing in the wall here really causes this piece of paneling to bulge out. So I'm having to kind of shim out the middle section to make up for it, and this end is really sticking out quite a bit. I'm not particularly thrilled with that, but there's really not much that I can do. I feel like having it off-center on these cabinets would bother me a lot more than this little piece sticking out a tiny bit, so I'm going with it. It'll serve its function, and I'll hardly look at it after it's been installed. As you can see, I have the back rail mounted, and I have my wiring pass-through in the wall. I think I may feed up and over into this outlet because it's a little bit more accessible than the one that I mounted on this side. Since I put the sheetrock in over here, this one isn't as easy to get into, and it's also fewer pieces of wood to have to drill through to go the other way. So I was working on this some earlier today. I'm not sure if I'm going to finish it today or not, or if you'll ever really see it again when it's done. So I just wanted to show you right now while I was thinking about it. So that's all I've got for right now. If I have enough footage here, I'll probably just throw this together and get it up as a shorter vlog for you guys. Otherwise, who knows when I'm going to be back, but thank you all for watching, and I will see you again soon. Click left to watch my last vlog, or click right for the entire shop vlog playlist so that you can start at the beginning.